Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, like many of you, I got to watch a lot of the Rittenhouse trial yesterday when Kyle Rittenhouse testified. I'm really blessed that I have a job that I work in an office so I can always have the TV on. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I want to give you my commentary on what I witnessed and what I saw and what's going on. Some of it you may have already heard, but I have a few angles that you may not be aware of. First and foremost, I applaud the defense of Kyle Rittenhouse for doing a maxim, following a maxim which I've always had. If you are a criminal defendant and you're innocent, you need to testify. They will try to tell you, well, you could get cross-examination, you can get mixed up. Folks, juries are able to witness somebody testify. The testimony doesn't have to be perfect. They know they got a lawyer cross-examining you, picking on you. But when you testify, the jury will be more inclined to believe your story because you're taking that stand. When they say, oh, you're presumed innocent, and the prosecution has to prove it. I've never not asked the jury this. How many of you all want the defendant to testify? They all raised their hand. Now, there's something else. Nobody's talked about this. If your defense is self-defense, you really got to testify. How do you argue? I've seen that lawyers do this. They argue self-defense, but the defendant doesn't testify. Well, how the hell do you argue that without having the defendant tell what happened? Some more things that I think is very important. That judge clearly doesn't like what the prosecution did. And I'm not going to rehash that, but the bottom line is the prosecutor went way over the line. And let me tell you something else that's hysterical. I saw CNN last night accidentally. I don't know how my TV got switched from Fox News to CNN. It clicked down. And Cuomo on CNN actually was spinning yesterday like this great day for the prosecution. Are you kidding me? And he used that line of questionings about, did you use deadly force? Did you use deadly force? That's not the catch-all. The catch-all is whether that jury thinks deadly force was okay for Kyle Rittenhouse to use. And there's no way in hell that that's not going to be the case. This is a classic self-defense. Here's some more things that crack me up. They tried to make a big deal that Kyle Rittenhouse was only 17, and what was he doing there? This is America. Kyle Rittenhouse could go wherever the hell he wants. And then they tried to make a big issue about that he had a gun, his AR, but you can't use deadly force to protect property. Folks, showing force helps protect property. Hello? Hello? The AR-15 wasn't there to shoot people to protect property. It was a show of force to keep people from destroying property. Elementary, dear Watson. Very bad. Also, I find it irony. Thank goodness, Jacob Barton, the Buddha, I like to tease him, of politics of our Bulldog media team, pointed out, thank goodness that his victims were white. By the way, one of them was a serial pedophile. I mean, these guys weren't saints trying to hurt him, hit him with a skateboard, kick him, chase him. Are you kidding me? And then they were, well, why were you going over there? Why were you going over there to put a fire out? You know, what difference does it make where the hell he was going? The prosecutor had nothing. And of course, we know the witness the day before admitted that he pointed a gun at Kyle Rittenhouse before he shot, the one that survived. What else? Why he brought the gun is not important. Why he was there is not important. Oh, the mistrial. There's a pending motion for mistrial, and the judge has not ruled on it yet. I wanted everybody to know that there's all kinds of ways this could go. He could overrule the mistrial. He could grant the mistrial with prejudice if the prosecution made the mistrial himself on purpose. Then they can't rebring the charges. But ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, it's a tough call for the defense to do the mistrial. Now, if I was representing him, I would have probably moved for a mistrial too. for the following reasons. If you get a mistrial and you got to start all over again, and if you're the defense, generally, the longer it's dragged out, the better it is for the defense. So you have an opportunity to even do a better job second go around. There's a little bit of risk, and this is what you and I don't know, is that jury makeup. For example, if you're loving your jury, boy, you don't want a mistrial in case they will refile the charges. And maybe you don't get the same jury. Maybe you get a different judge. So there's some risk in getting the mistrial. If things are going great, it's like, maybe we just leave things alone. What could be going on in their mind, though, is a mistrial. Maybe the charges are never brought again. It's gone so bad, maybe they're thinking, well, let's get a mistrial, not take the chance with this jury, and then maybe the prosecution says, screw it, we're not going to charge this guy. I can tell you this, based on what came out in that courtroom, you're asking the same question I am. Why did they ever charge this kid? Why did they ever charge this kid? It was a political prosecution, not a legal prosecution. They knew all what they know before they brought this trial. They didn't have to bring this trial. It was also amazing, the comments about the kids crying. That was clearly a spontaneous, emotional outburst. And you got people like LeBron James attacking him. Oh, sorry, LeBron, he's a white kid. I mean, it's unbelievable. By the way, CNN, Cuomo, same thing, making fun of his crying. Well, the judge handed him a bottle of water. I don't think the judge thought it was fake. So, ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, that's my commentary on what happened yesterday in the Rittenhouse trial. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Kyle Rittenhouse had a good day.